Hey everyone, it's Tiffany here from the Better Leads Box. I'm just out for dinner with Dad. He's treating me to dinner after a big week of work. And so today what I want to talk about is how to speak to the unconscious mind of your clients and why that is so important. Before I get into that though, I just want to remind you, make sure you head to betterleadsclass.com. That's betterleadsclass.com. If someone could put that in the comments for me, that would be awesome. And I've got a whole bunch more sales psychology waiting there for you so that you can increase your sales and your conversion. So, our food's ready. All right, so why is it important to speak to the unconscious mind of your clients? Firstly, and most importantly, it is the unconscious mind that makes all of our buying decisions. We base our decisions on emotion, which reside in the unconscious mind, and then we back that up with logic and reason. So if you are not speaking to the unconscious mind, or you're not even aware that the unconscious mind is what drives somebody's behavior, then you're setting yourself up for failure. The second reason why we want to talk to the unconscious mind is because when we communicate with people, we communicate in pictures, not in words. So everything that I'm saying to you in this video, you're getting a picture in your head. That picture is in your unconscious mind. It's actually in a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, which is like your internal GPS or homing device. So if you put the wrong picture into your client's unconscious mind, they are less likely to buy with you. And you may even bring up objections and triggers for them that you didn't even know you had. So I want to give you an example of what worked really well for a client of ours. Before I do that, make sure you head to betterleadsclass.com. It's so important to know this sales psychology. If you don't, you're leaving money on the table out there for your competitors to take. So I was working with a guy who is in funding. He funds businesses to either grow and expand, or in some cases to start up. And when we first had a conversation about it, he was frustrated because he wasn't getting the sales that he wanted. He had a ton of prospects, a ton of leads, and he just wasn't closing as many as he knew he was capable of. The thing was he was talking specifically about money. Now, money has a lot of trigger for people. And so if you just talk about people making more money, then you don't know what triggers you're bringing up. There's a lot of negative triggers around money. Money is evil. If I have more, something bad will happen. Having lots of money makes me a bad person or materialistic. And so you don't ever want to focus on money. The other thing is, like 95% of the population, when they are talking about money, they can't comprehend making more than double of what their income already is. So if you start talking about more than doubling their income, that's going to totally throw them into a trigger. They're not going to be able to get a solid picture in their brain, and they're less likely to buy. So what we talked about with him was, what would they do with that money instead? Would they take their kids on a family vacation to Mexico? Would they go to Disneyland? Whatever it was that they would spend that money on. Would they upgrade their house? Would they put a pool in the backyard? And this does two things. Firstly, it allows them to get a really strong picture in their mind about what they would do with that money. And that picture is going to have a lot more emotion, especially positive emotion, than a picture about money will. The second thing that it does is when you follow up with them, it allows you to bring up that conversation again. So you're not just hitting them up saying, hey, are you ready to buy yet? Or are you ready to work with me yet? You could actually, if the person plans on spending that extra money taking their family to Mexico, you could follow them up by saying, hey, I found this article about the top family-friendly resorts in Mexico. I remembered that that's something that you want to do, so I thought that I would send this through to you. And it allows you to add value with them, show them that you remember them and that you legitimately care before you hit them up and ask them to buy from you again. So a couple sales psychology tips there about why it's important to speak to the unconscious mind. You can find more information on this at betterleadsclass.com. That's betterleadsclass.com. My food has arrived. Look at this yummy food and this hot guy across from me. So have an amazing Easter, have an amazing long weekend, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.